Hello, I'm Claire Smith, welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing the what would you wear fragrance tag. So this is basically where you're posed a scenario and you choose a perfume from your collection to wear for that particular scenario. And you keep the tag rolling forward by posing a scenario of your own. I've been tagged twice over for this tag, so I feel like I really ought to do it. So I was first off tagged by Jon Snow. I was also tagged by Chantal Tiffany. So because Chantal Tiffany's scenario is a little bit easier, I'm going to do hers first. So Chantal Tiffany's scenario was that you're going for a posh afternoon tea, basically. It's winter time, it's nearly Christmas, and you're sitting by an open fire. It's with good company, and you're just, having an afternoon, enjoying yourself, eating delicious foods. So the fragrance I'm going to go for that scenario is actually a sample that I got from Paola Bianca, and it's actually one of her favourites. I think she said that she would wear this fragrance or have this fragrance pumped out at her funeral. So I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I really like it, and I think Paola really likes it. So that's Whiff of Waffle Cone by Imaginary Authors. So this one is just really, really sugary. It's like a burnt sugar smell almost. And I think that sort of burnt sugar is very Christmassy, isn't it? It's a very Christmassy smell. Actually, it reminds me a lot of a time when I went to Amsterdam and I was eating a lot of stroopwafels. I feel like this fragrance is really reminiscent of a stroopwafel for me. You get that kind of feeling in the back of your throat when you're eating a stroopwafel from the sweetness and the almost sort of burnt caramelization of the stroopwafel. And this kind of gives me the same feeling. There's also something in the background which I know is not listed as pine, but I smell something that resembles pine, and that just makes me think of Christmas as well. I think actually it's some kind of resin or balsam in this fragrance. I don't know what it is. Amorous, I think it's called. But to me, it smells like something piney. But yeah, I think that would be perfect for, when you're sitting by the fire. That sort of woody nuance to this fragrance would really fit in with that situation. I think also that sort of resin or whatever it is also stops this fragrance from being overly sweet. It just brings it back a little bit, and it just makes it a little bit fresher and not so cloying. I think it's really nicely balanced fragrance. I think also because of that woody piney note, it's just so Christmassy, and it would just fit in with the time of year for this situation. I think this fragrance is not so strong that it projects so wildly that people are going to be bothered by it, but I think also when people come in for a hug, they're going to just think you smell delicious, basically. I'm really impressed with this perfume. I think Paola's found a good one. So yeah, thank you very much, Paola, for sending me the sample. Yeah, I definitely wear Whiff of Waffle Cone to that situation for Chantal Tiffany. So that's my choice, Whiff of Waffle Cone by Imaginary Authors. So to answer Jon Snow's tag, which is always going to be a little bit weird because it's Jon Snow, isn't it? So it's never going to be normal. So Jon's version of this tag was that you are going for a fake tan, it's winter, and the person giving you the fake tan is a little bit into you, but you're not into them. They're just not your cup of tea. So what would you wear? So thinking about this, I really wasn't sure because, generally you wear perfumes to attract people, don't you? You don't really wear them to repel people. It's quite a hard and quite a complex tag from Jon. So in his video, Jon Snow put up a picture of Jacob Rees-Mogg, and if you live in the UK, you will know that particular MP it's not everyone's cup of tea. So yeah, that was a good picture to choose, Jon, and you caused me some inspiration there. So given that the person giving me the spray tan is Jacob Rees-Mogg, which is pretty out there, I'm going to choose a fragrance based on that. So since it's winter time, I want something wintry. So I'm going to again choose a sample from one of Paola's gifts. So Paola sent me Andrea Maack's Coven, and that's the one I'm going to choose. So this fragrance is really quite dark and quite green. It doesn't smell, like your traditional feminine fragrance at all. It's definitely something that smells a little bit witchier. And I think if it were Jacob Rees-Mogg who was giving me the spray tan, I think he would like super feminine fragrances on his women. So I think that definitely would put him off. So Coven is, really dark green, mossy fragrance. And there is vanilla in here, but it's pretty background for most of the length of the fragrance. It sort of peaks out right at the end. But yeah, overall, just a really green, dark, witchy fragrance, and I think that would really put him off. It also projects quite a bit. It's really quite a strong fragrance. It feels quite unhappy as well, I'd say. I do actually really like it though. I think this one would just sort of sour the air a little bit and make it a little bit less feminine in there. I think it would also sort of just bring that sort of funereal air to the proceedings. I think it would just cool everything down. So I think this would be a really good choice to dissuade anybody who was potentially interested. I think it's quite a gothy kind of smelling scent, and looking at Jacob Rees-Mogg, I think this would repel Jacob Rees-Mogg in that spray tan situation. I can't believe I just said that sentence. Anyway, that's my choice. Coven by Andrea Maack. Okay, so it's now my turn to be evil in my scenario setting. So I'm going to tag a few people down below because I'm not that organised person to have looked about who's been tagged in this video and who hasn't. So I will put a few people down below if I can find anybody who hasn't been tagged. But anybody watching this video, you are free to do this tag. So my scenario is that you are working in a police station. By the way, this is something that actually happened to me. This scenario has happened to me. You're working in a police station, and one day you are opening the post as you do every single other morning, and you open a padded envelope and you think, oh, that's strange. Why is somebody sending a letter in a padded envelope? Anyway, as you pull the letter out of the padded envelope, a grey powder falls across your lap, falls across all of your desk and goes into the air and fogs up into your face, and you breathe it in. You start to read the letter and it says, "This powder is anthrax and you are going to die." So what do? You're in an empty office, you lock the door, you close the windows, and you call the commander of the police station. The commander of the police station says, right, okay, we're going to evacuate the entire police station, but please stay where you are. You notice out the window that a couple of ambulances appear, and there's also the fire brigade. You then just sort of think to yourself, well, how long have I got? Is it only a couple of hours before this anthrax might take hold? So what are you going to do while you wait to find out whether this is anthrax or whether it's all just some elaborate hoax by some local weirdo? Well, you're going to spray some kind of calming fragrance. So I want to know what kind of calming fragrance you would wear in that situation. By the way, it's a spring day. It was in April, and that's the scenario. So I'm looking forward to your answers. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please press the like button and please consider subscribing if you haven't done already. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.